I've been told many times now that I'm saying her name wrong. Kulena? Is that right? Also, I've been told many times that I need to check out her latest song here. And then there's all sorts of neat vocal things going on. So I'm excited to unpack this and experiment with my own voice and help you guys learn and be inspired as well. Okay, there's like 6 things right there. We got to talk about it. So many interesting things going on in the melody. Notice the consonant comes before the fry. That's actually, maybe it's part of the language or something, but a lot of times, if we were doing this in a normal way in the English language, I would not fry after a consonant. I would fry as a way to onset into a vowel, like a, oh. I would not go ga. It's actually really hard to do. Ga. Really interesting. She's bouncing her voice. It's like a sort of the same coordination as chesty vibrato. A percussive air intake. That's an inhale. And she's really exaggerating that inward breath. That is an epiglottal rattle type of distortion. She uses lots of different distortions. She uses that one a lot. And you can get that one by talking like Cookie Monster. Cookie. It's not, of all the types of distortion, it's providing the least amount of compression. We have the which is using your false chords and a little bit of your arytenoid cartilage to get a gritty sound. You're building that over a clean voice. And then we also have fry distortion, which is a loose vocal cord engagement. She is using the rattle there. It'll be interesting to see where she goes with it. So there, that's a compression-based rasp that's based on the based on the false chord distortion I was talking about. So let it go. Pardon the lyrics. Cool how I just went into it for one moment, for one little section. That's what she's so good at. And it's so much more interesting than choosing a particular vocal posture and only using that, right? She's not going for like, I got to find my ideal tone. She's bouncing all over the place with all sorts of different approaches, and that gives it her character. This is so important for any vocalist to keep in mind. It's not about being one thing. It's about being many things. And in being the many things, you end up finding your identity as a vocalist. If you'd like more help finding your identity as a vocalist, but you're not quite sure where to start, and you're inspired by singers like Kulena, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free course. I'll help you take what you already do, connect with it on a deeper level, and learn all sorts of new ways that you can use your voice. Mate! So there are 2 different types of distortion in a very short amount of time. We have the epiglottal rattle at the beginning with the closed M, and then she follows the engagement up in her throat. Mate. So there's 3 different postures, right? Clean. Mate. I'm exaggerating the second part. It's almost more like a glottal stop. With just a little bit of grit at the end of it. Yeah, very little amount of actual distortion, but it's a very hard stop, which creates a little distortion. Oh, there's some fry distortion at the end, but the main thing about this section that stands out is that she has completely changed her placement, and she's dynamically changing it again over almost every phrase, every note, but she has a different home placement for this section. Now she's utilizing cry, and with a little bit sometimes a cry. This is a mixed posture. It's brighter, it's brasher. It has the pitch that you would normally have in your head voice, but it has the weight, some of the weight that you would have in your chest voice. And you get that by practicing rocking your placement and using airflow in different ways, experimenting with those balances. But listen to what she does. How she's kind of mousy there, and it's bright, and then she adds the weight. You can be bright with or without the cry. That is the brilliance. She knows how to manipulate her placement and the shape of the notes independently of the intensity. That's another very important thing to be able to do as a vocalist. Yeah. Now, notice how she went real far, cried, and it was lower, and then that sort of gatewayed into the fry posture. Doing it real slow. This is my job. I like how she attached the little giggle to the actual sung phrase. This is my job. It's not really very sung, but it's contextualized with all sorts of other singing. Beautiful expression. So there was pure head voice, right? Up there, and you can hear it's a lot lighter. She's going in and out of that cry sort of thing. That whole section, really, really tasty. That's super cool. Just try that. Nice sort of mixed note. Cried a little bit. Head voice. Just. What you're doing is you're taking three notes and you're being intentional about how you deliver each one of those notes. It's not just about singing the notes. It's that each note matters in its own way, and each note has its own package of self-expression, resonance, and experience. That was cool. Listen to how she worked with her head voice. She was in her head voice, and then she went one note higher, and it was a mix. La head, then a mix. very witchy, huh? She's throwing her voice. It's all, again, there's this giggle about it. Hear that distortion? Subtle. Rattle. Epiglottal rattle. Starts clean. It's that cry. But it's clean. And then she's compressing over that cried mixed posture. Such a cool, sizzly, engaged sound. That was cool. I gotta work this in. This is cool. I almost have to sigh into that. Yeah. Mix. For what it's worth, it's a fry sensation that I'm leaning into, even though it's not full fry. And then before it goes into full fry, like I just did, I end up compressing into it. She just turns the knob up. It's not a switch for her. It's a knob, which is what it should be. I like a little bit of English in there. Head voice, epiglottal rattle, and then sliding into chest compression or mixed compression. My head voice is pathetic compared to hers. That's what it sounds like in a male baritone sort of way. But those are the techniques that she's sort of slamming together. She's so agile. And part of the fun here is I'm not trying to be good. I'm not drawing any comparisons. I'm saying, wow, this is really fun and inspiring. What happens when I mess with it in my own voice? What kinds of things does it unlock? And what kinds of inspirations can I create? And again, I help you do way more of that in my free course, linked in the pinned comment or video description below. Cool key change. I like the spoke in there. What? Oh, the way she's going in and out of those different distortions is so fun and fast, and I love the key changes. She floats. She's able to float and be really aggressive. That's hard to do. But it's because she is able to float so much and insert passion and aggression and distortions and all these things. The basis of her sound is quite light. And I don't think she'd be able to do it any other way. Most vocalists can't. Dynamite! Great singers sigh. That was masterful. That was incredible. This genre, I think, but particularly, there's just a handful of vocalists. Maybe there's a lot more that I haven't even discovered yet. Please leave in the comments other artists that use their voice so dynamically. I mean, she is one of the best. Of course, Otto. Here is a growing list of 9 Kulana voice analysis videos I've done right here on this channel, and I hope to see you in my free course at some point. I'll see you for more.